It all comes down to this. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Grand Finals here at Summer Clash, presented by Breakout Esports. I'm Wonder Chef, and once again, I'm joined by Crumb, and we're going to bring you the final match of this 4-day tournament.
Absolutely. I'm so pumped for this. It's all come down to this. Both of these teams have fought tooth and nail to get exactly where they are today. Kamille's a man's name, by the way, versus Asticassia.
That's right. Kamille's a man's name, and I'm a man. Winning through the winner's bracket, the upper bracket, taking out Asticassia 2-0 in what was a close set, but it was a close 2-0 regardless, making it into the upper side of Grand Finals, and then Asticassia having to fight tooth and nail. That might be an understatement. In that last match, we just saw the lower finals, taking out Tokyo Monkeys in what was probably one of my favorite sets of Gun Evo of all time. An incredible one. If any of you missed it, you really messed up, but you know that the Breakout Esports channels will be definitely uploading that. But let's talk about the Bloodline MVP, because this is an MVP choice that we haven't done for quite a while, because there hasn't been an event for quite a while, but we get a chance to talk about the fact that there is going to be an MVP voted on by chat, the Bloodline MVP. There's going to be probably a link in the chat. I know we've done it through Twitter before sometimes. We'll see exactly how we do it. Just pay attention to the chat as to who your MVP is for the entire tournament, and they are going to be receiving a prize. So it's going to be very, very important for you to see what your options are. It looks like these are the options here. It looks like Wiki, Tzim, Headhunter, and Focus are looking like with some pretty ridiculous stats here. Some of your options.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, this is a tough one to unpack here. Headhunter, just an absolute monster. Nearly 500,000 damage. Nearly 500,000.
That's actually ridiculous how far above Headhunter is above the rest of these teams. And that's not to say that obviously any of these other players are not unbelievable. I mean, this is Wiki, Tzim, and Focus. Focus in particular had some of the highest damage in all of our games, but Headhunter had to fight through a lot of games to make that actually happen.
Absolutely, but if you do, like you just said, Focus having like the highest damage in every single game we've seen with Kamille's a man's name, only did all of that damage and got all those kills in only 4 games. Wow.
That is actually wild. I mean, looking at the KV too, I mean, 4.55 really high. Headhunter, an unbelievable 5.29, but yeah, 4 games. So like if you triple that to the amount of games that Headhunter was in, then you end up with like almost 6K, which is just ridiculous. And then you get, of course, like 450 kills. So we'll see if that ends up happening again. But these are your options right here. All been playing extremely well. And honestly, there are just so many good choices that I feel like it's hard to even choose one. It's hard to even choose like 4, right, at this point.
Absolutely, and of course, you know, I've got to be the hero of the people. We're all wondering where Lee's song is on there, because he's been an MVP in my heart, that's for sure.
Definitely. I think the chat's heart as well. Definitely showing the gun tank, and not just gun tank play, but like really dominant gun tank play in a really cool way to play it too. Like playing a lot of frontline, getting a lot of revives, just everything that you want to see coming out of gun tank. So that's also my spirit choice that I would have voted for. But we'll see exactly how you can vote on that. Just pay attention to the chat. I'm not sure if it's in there already. But of course, that does mean that we are getting closer to moving on now to our grand finals. We are so close here. We had so many teams in this tournament, more than we've ever had before, and so much that we had to play out through group stages. Of course, the top 3 of each group made it to where we are right now, and then the top 2 have made it to the grand finals. Very, very hard fought, but Kamille is a man's name has been kind of uncontested. I don't want to say uncontested, but they haven't dropped, as far as I know, a single game throughout the entire tournament. A single map, I should say. So that is already leading up into a pretty good spot. And on top of that, just so that everybody knows, as far as picks and bans go, it is an advantage to the team that is still up in the, or I guess got the grand finals through the upper bracket. So it's going to be an automatic pick for Kamille's man's name, then 2 bans, then a pick for the other side, which is going to be Asticassia, and then 2 bans, then another pick, and then another pick, and then the decider. And this will be a 3 out of 5 set as well.
Absolutely, and it's gonna, like you said, with that opening pick for Kamille as a man's name, what are we going to see? What do you think? What do you think their strongest map through this entire set? I say entire set. It's been 4 games.
Yeah.
What is their strongest map kind of shown to be here so far?
I think that probably we're going to see it as Mountain R&D, but it's hard to say because I feel like they could get Mountain R&D later. However, they've already proven in the previous, I guess you could say even just like game against this team, like in this matchup when we were in the upper bracket finals, winners finals, they showed that Mountain R&D is really, really good for them. So honestly, either of the maps that they picked in that upper bracket finals probably could be their first pick because they're like, okay, we've already shown that we can win. We don't need to question anything. We can basically, not that they will get a free win, but they can play their game and have that sort of advantage of knowing that they have the advantage there, and then they'll move on. But I don't think there's going to be like a particular map that's going to be like, well, we're going to pick this because we have secret tech here. I think it's probably just going to be some even stuff. Quality Trading Post, yep, exactly. Just totally fair, even-ish map, and they're feeling confident there as well. They did very, very strong on the map before.
Absolutely, and as we see the picks going out for both sides, I'm seeing, let's see, a ban on Harbor. Very smart by Asticassia getting that out of the way. And then followed up by a ban on Ministry. So, I was going to say, that's kind of a map that we were expecting to be banned almost the entire series, but then Tokyo Monkeys came out with that curveball and had it in, so looks like Kamille just really wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah, and I mean, especially we kind of saw that Asticassia is pretty good at that map. They did very, very well there. So maybe you're like, you know, they don't want them to throw that curveball at us, so that's going to be our first ban, which makes a lot of sense. Then we move on to Thermal Plant, which is very, very exciting. This is another map that we've seen just a few times, maybe only 1 or 2 times, I think, throughout the entire weekend on broadcast. But the fact that these teams are just so good and so solid together, we know that they're going to have a lot of fun moments in the domination, the close range domination map.
Absolutely.
But then Lunar Calm and Missile Base Ban, another 2 weird ones that we maybe had a chance to see this weekend, but not super much.
I know that CyberRank has a deep-seated hatred for the C point of Lunar Calm, so let's just you can rest easy, Sweet Prince. It is not going to be shown today, and it looks like going to be followed up by Underground Command Center and then a few others that I didn't quite see.
We'll think about it when we get there because there are just honestly quite a few maps to go through. Again, this is going to be a 3 out of 5 set. It's going to be the longest set that we've had so far, but this is to decide a winner. And once again, there's no loser bracket, winner bracket advantage aside from being able to get that first pick out of the way. And so we are just going to be on even ground here. I do feel too like after suffering a kind of tough defeat in the winners bracket, I feel like we're going to see Asticassia, I'm gonna get their name right eventually. We're gonna see them have a little bit more momentum. Like when you win a match as close as you just did against opponents as good as you just beat, you're gonna be like, okay, we can do this. We've got this. Like we just reset everything. Now we're on even ground. I feel like they're gonna be feeling good. This is gonna be like a real good head-to-head battle.
Yeah, it's gonna be really important for Asticassia to forego the wants and the absolute need probably for their like just momentum to settle. They want to keep that momentum rolling, and they want to keep it rolling into what could arguably be the biggest game of their entire career.
That's true. They've got to make it happen here. I mean, a lot of these members, I think, haven't been on like true tournament winning teams so far. Maybe most of them have, I think, but I think there's a few that still really want to make that happen. And I mean, especially here, you know, there's international competition. There's one of the biggest tournaments we've ever had. There's not going to be, if any, many more opportunities. So you just want to make this happen here. Everything's on the line. And also, as a side note, both of these teams are in the prizing right now. So congratulations to them for that. But you want the bigger prize of the 2, and so only one way to find out who's going to make it. We're going to have to go into the match, but first we're going to have to get these players into the lobby. So one more short break before we start Grand Finals of Summer Clash.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gundam Evolution Summer Clash. This is going to be the grand finals. It's going to be Kamille's a man's name, and I'm a man, versus Asticassia, and I'm bringing this to you with the help of my very good friend Wonder Chef.
Hell yeah, let's make it happen. We've been waiting for so long for this final match. Well, I mean, at least the start of it, right? We're starting grand finals, a 3 out of 5 set. There has been a little bit of delay because I saw Hacks in chat saying they're bringing on a special guest, and I don't know what the heck that means, but apparently there has been a last-minute sub, and we'll see who that special guest actually is. Maybe it's Craze. I'm just kidding. I know it's probably not Craze.
All right, guys, so I'll see you out there on the battlefield.
That would be a good trick. That would definitely be a good trick. I guess we're going to see it now. Let's see. Who do we see? Oh, Evictus coming back in. Okay, I see. That makes sense. So Evictus did say earlier that they had to work and they weren't able to make it for the tournament, but they are part of the roster. However, we've gone so long in this set that apparently Evictus made it back home.
Big Daddies come home to play, and we're going to be getting it's going on Colony Trading Post. Asticassia versus the one and only Kamille's man's name.
And I'm a man, that's right. So we're going to see off the bat, the offensive team is going to be Kamille, the defensive team is going to be Asticassia, and we're going to see Evictus on the Ashamar. Looks like aside from that, though, most of our picks are going to be the same. Red Protocol is going to be the one on the Zeta this time. Wiki back on that Dom. That's been a fixed or a shift that's worked for them quite well. And on the other side, Listic is actually on the Susanoo. We are actually seeing Gasman going out this time. Listic did very well on the Susanoo in this particular matchup, but on Mountain R&D where they fought in the upper bracket finals. So we'll see if this is going to be a repeat of that. But aside from that, most stuff staying the same.
All right, pilots, let's go. We're getting ready to get this going. And it looks like the Molly coming out here from the side of Asticassia, just kind of slowing them down a little bit. And going to be pushing in through this tunnel here on the left side. Listic leading the charge as we actually see a bit of a split push as Hacks is going to be dropping back to try and cover that flank.
Ooh, yeah, this is definitely a split push. Though it's going to be the waypoint taken pretty quickly, just because you could see, for example, like Hacks trying to kind of sit in a like a spot to defend the people trying to push from the flank, and then you have to move away. So I kind of like that. It was a little bit of a distraction overall from the side of Kamille, and they made it work. But now, how will they actually push in is the big question. It looks like they're taking a little bit of a moment to regroup after they did that split push. Woo! Arrow, though, just causing havoc in the back for sure.
Yeah, and it looks like Red Protocol just really couldn't find his footing there, but does end up actually sneaking out with a sliver of health. Zyros hopefully going to be pushing in to try and take advantage of that. throwing the molly out, popping that molly down, and it looks like Invictus so low.
Yeah, look at this. Oh no, that's gonna be 2 down, but Listic actually going down in return on the side of Kamille. Still though, Camille's gonna have at least +1. Exponent is also extremely low. Hacks, Wiki, everybody's really low. This is looking like Kamille is going to at least be able to get a plant very potentially. They're just burning down this entire team. Where are they gonna set it? A, we saw so many Bs in the previous match where it was just everybody placing below, but this is a much different game this time, and Arrow just continuously moving forward. What a ridiculous Aqua 2 ranged.
Absolutely, and just like that, catching the Tail Rider out from by surprise, and the tracking by Arrow is just insane.
Yeah, just so good at that. Like I said, one of the most practiced on the suits, but also just an absolutely unbelievable aimer in general. You need to be able to do that while moving to be strong. And there we go. Arrow actually getting 2 picks. Zyros is going to go down. Exponent is going to have the best opportunity here to start this turnaround. Invictus as well going to land the shot, finally taking Arrow down.
18 seconds. Yeah, 18 seconds here. Invictus is pushing back in, trying to throw out that molly, get some damage. Here they come, right over the top. They're going to be going for that defuse as fast as possible. Casino going down. Profi going down. And look at that, Exponent going down into the molly. There's just... Oh, the Hades just popped out.
Oh, they tried to get it off, but not quite in time. Wiki with the laser is going to take out Focus, trying to get that disarm. They were an inch away from making that happen, but weren't quite able to. And so we're going to continue moving forward. Kamille taking a pretty quick first point, I guess you could say, here on the destruction mission. And now they've already taken the waypoint. That is gigantic. That's usually where you have to fight from. This is a tough spot now for Asticassia.
Yeah, Listic popping that G maneuver, coming down with the Trans Am, just slicing through, like, through the enemy team with, like, their ribbons. And then look at that, the response from Exponent, busting out the G maneuver there, and it looks like Wiki gonna hit the Dom ult as well.
This is a huge, huge retake. And look at this. Yeah, this is going to be probably one more takedown here, and that's going to, again, stagger. They're going to have to wait for Focus for the full amount of damage for their retake. But the fact that we managed to get the retake on this waypoint is absolutely gigantic. It's so easy to get run over if people just start spawning, and the kind of momentum leads itself to you not being able to get through that door back to the waypoint. A lot of that, too, was led by, of course, Exponent, who says they never get enough showtime. But here we go, Casino, speaking of showtime, popping the Screaming Nimbus, leading the way in.
Yeah, it's showtime and it's go time, baby. We get to see 2 ringing out. Arrow with the huge axe taking up a 3K.
Oh my goodness. Focus following up as well, and probably going to pick up Zyros, so this is going to be a huge numbers advantage. B is going to be the choice once again. On top of that, everybody in position. 2 members still trying to get picked back up from Asticassia, so now this is going to be difficult. It looks like we're going to be swinging around the left side along the high ground to try and somewhat get a flank and maybe even potentially try to retake the waypoint. Wow.
They flanked, they retook, and look at that. Focus taking down Invictus, Invictus taking down Zyros, and then the G maneuver of Focus gonna get... Oh, no, not gonna get popped out just yet. They actually just got popped out not too long ago on their initial push, my bad. But Casino is actually gonna go down to the random mine there from the Dom.
Yeah, sometimes that's how it be. Quite ironic, of course, being Casino, but here we go. The disarm is happening, and it looks like it's barely getting off. 75% is pretty good progress, though, still. So you gotta be happy with that. Well, 72.3, almost 75. It was just kind of eyeing it. Yeah, we take those exact numbers here. But exactly. Still, that's pretty good progress. There's still 2 minutes left as well. The big thing here is that G maneuvers are definitely in the favor of Asticassia. They need to try and make them spend some of them while pushing up and building up for probably one big final push here with 2 minutes left to go.
Yeah, Hax is going to hang on to that and probably wait for the opportune moment. Maybe wait for that Listic Trans Am to be popped off. Maybe even wait for that inevitable Focus Hades. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here, as it looks like they're trying to push into this B site and go for that B plant.
Oh yeah, but the retake on the waypoint, I don't know who was even over there. Somebody's really sneaky. I wonder if it was Wiki again. But that is going to be super sneaky. Amano's going to be popping the G maneuver. The Hades is coming out, trying to take down Focus. Focus is going to stay up just at least a little bit longer. Zyros is going to go down in return, though. Yeah, I don't even know how. Actually popping Hades himself and taking down Hax. But Focus finally going down to Amano with the Hades versus Hades. Listic and Profi both getting picks as well. And that's going to be only 2 members left up for Asticassia. And this is going to, for sure, at least to be the plant. But once this one, if this one gets disarmed, there's not going to be really another opportunity after this. So this is going to have to be everything you've got. We've got the Trans M available and the axe from Arrow. We'll see if that can make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and they really need to push in here, get this defuse, but it just doesn't seem like they've been given very many lanes to work with, as they have had to go all the way around to drop down from this flank side. Oh no, the wall's going up on them as they try and push in for this, and look at that! He's going for the defuse, he actually gets stunned right there!
Oh, Listic with 2, and Profi's gonna follow up with a 3rd pick right here. It is so hard for them to find a safe point to defuse this. Profi finally going down, and Evictus is trying to be the one kind of hiding behind the body, but no, yes, Casino with the G maneuver. The screaming Nibba saying, get away. I'm physically pushing you off of this, throwing 1 mine just to try to stop as much as possible.
2 seconds, they're on the defuse.
Oh, they do it with Arrow's G maneuver. The axe was the final hit to stop it. Great stuff, just barely with almost no time left. It's going to be Kamille taking it. 13 seconds, wow.
What an absolute barn burner of a first round there as we're getting into this set, this grand finals best of 5?
Yes.
I got it right. Okay.
If we can last that long, which I'm not making any promises for, but I feel like we just saw the final match of Losers Finals being incredibly close, exactly at that point, like last second clutch win, and then now we saw the exact same thing as the first round of Grand Finals. Like, come on, please, give us a break.
Getting better.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better, and it's crazy. It's like these teams are one-upping each other in terms of, oh yeah, you thought that was crazy? All right, well check this out. Like, it's just insane.
It's true. And speaking of one-upping people, Arrow, again, being the #1 damage on the team on the Zaku 2 ranged, that is unbelievable. Arrow is just killing it throughout this entire tournament. Oh, look at that. Wait, there's actually like...
Wait, what?
I've never seen that before. Yeah, I've never...
Why doesn't that say Crumb Voyage? Why doesn't that say Crumb Voyage? Anger!
Or my favorite, which is Real Berries. We can see it right there. I'm a big Real Berries fan. Shout outs to all the Real Berries fans in chat. Give me a blueberry or something if you're a Real Berries fan. I actually don't know what I should have said right there. But, all right, we're 8 seconds away from starting this once again. And it looks like the comps are going to be staying the same. Red Protocol still going to staying on the Zeta. And Evictus still on the Ashamar. So, everybody's confident with what they've got. And we're going to see now how the offense can go for Asticassia.
Yeah, are we going to see the split push that Kamille just used to try and get in on take that, or are they going to just go for the waypoint? It's always so interesting to see what teams do here, because it looks like they're going to be faking that split push and going straight for straight for the site.
Wow, yeah, right off the bat. And now I'm curious here. Are they going to actually try to defend this, or are they going to use this just for guaranteed space to take the waypoint? Because that's a strategy that we've seen used as well recently before. It looks like they're just going to defend it. Right now, though, it looks like their defense is going to be doing a considerably better job of defending this whole area, and that is going to be the defuse. But in the meantime, like I mentioned, the waypoint taken, that's going to be at least a big first goal for their big first push.
Yeah, that was Listic and it looked like Listic and Focus, just the cleanup crew there for Kamille, as you were correct in that we're seeing the waypoint now in favor of Asticassia, and they want to push in across this bridge. Now, they've got the G maneuvers are even. We do see Focus at about 65%, and we do actually see a little bit of trailing on the side of Asticassia, but I don't think this is anything that they have to worry about, as they're seeing numbers being the problem here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's at least right now it's 5-5. Arrow, though, is, oh my gosh, just barely gonna make it back to that health pack. All right, Asticassia has to make a really solid push here. They're starting to lose out on time, so I want to actually take a listen into the Asticassia comms to see how they are dealing with this. There looks like they're actually getting their first big push, so let's listen to them.
Fix, guys. Let's go. Yeah.
Take space, guys. Take space from them.
Armor you, Mana?
Grouping left a lot.
On me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm shoving this. Shove this.
Do you by yourself?
Okay.
Let's smoke.
No,
Chill.
by yourself. Hold on, bro.
Too much.
They're coming with Z2R.
Is one.
I'm ulting this, guys.
Yeah,
Yo,
play around
I'm
Hades,
dying.
protect Hades. They got our way.
Ulting.
I'm taking way. I'm retaking way. I'm
Away.
retaking way.
It didn't go the
Someone.
way. Wow.
Done.
We got S punch. Hold on.
No, they're gonna res that. Nope.
Oh, I
My
can't
fault. I fucked my
fucking.
ult.
I should have played less, not as aggro. That's my.
All right, well, that was some good communication there. I do like the fact they were like, all right, Hades up, play around Hades. But it looks like the Hades actually didn't get used, right? So they weren't able to play around that full strategy, and maybe that's why they weren't able to keep that down.
Yeah, I think that's why, and actually it was really smart of Amano there to hold on to that. He was just really low. It would have been more of a panic pop if anything, and it wouldn't have seen as much as much use as it will hopefully in this next big push. Red Protocol though, putting up the damage on his team, and look at that. As I say that though, Casino with the Dom ult in response, just knocking him down to the lower side right there, and we see the pushback from Asticassia as they're sliding in here. Big axe here from Arrow as he comes in and cleans up the Sazabi, and Focus picking up Road Protocol in return.
Yeah, this is a problem here. We've seen Amano hold on to this Hades for a really long time just because there hasn't been a good moment. Like, I agree with it, definitely for sure. Like, there just hasn't been that moment where it's like, okay, we're going to walk in. There's a few people in front of me. They can all, like, essentially defend me or take the shots. But there we go. It's going to have to pump it right now for this final push alongside the Screaming Nimbus. They're going to have to do everything. Amano's going to get one pick. Focus is actually going to take on Hacks in return, but that's going to be Invictus taking up the third, and 3, 4 down, 5 down now for Kamille. This is a guaranteed pledge for sure. Oh, trying to get out of there and deal with that, but it looks like Amano's finally going to go down. However, it's only just one knock.
Yep, Ballistic, the demon with the twin blades, just slicing through Asticassia, and is really the biggest thorn in their side right now as they're having to send 2 back for him when they really should be guarding that plant.
Yeah, they've got to make it happen here too. Time is out. The waypoint being retaken, that's even worse. Really tough stuff. So they basically just need to continue to win the team fights, but Red Protocol already going down. That's going to be 1. And now Listic at least getting taken down to start evening things up. The defuse is starting to happen. Can anybody stop it? The shots are coming in.
No, they're just down there. They're fighting everywhere but the point.
Oh no, everybody off the point. And I think it was, no, it was, I'm sorry. I think it was Invictus that was on the Ashamar trying to get enough damage, but with the tankiness of the Sazabi, there was just not enough damage able to come out from the Ashamar solo. So unfortunate stuff. They had some players there, but they just had to deal with the threats, it looked like. And so Kamille is going to go up game number 1 on their auto pick map. So it definitely worked out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just right there, they, like you said, it came back to haunt Asticassia as they held onto that ult for so long that it just didn't have any of the utility and use that it really would have had he popped it maybe in that first plant.
Yeah, and the tough thing is that there was just, again, there were so many times they walked in, and by the time they even got into a position, they'd already lost 1 or 2 members. Arrow just being an absolute menace, as usual, just running in their back line where it's like, hey, you can't even get close to the point without losing some members. Or it's like, okay, we're going to get in, and all of a sudden Arrow actually lands a G maneuver, lands the axe, and suddenly people get picked off. And it was just a tough spot. They weren't able to find their footing, and they finally did, but it was a little bit too late, and then they were a little bit distracted at the end. So close stuff, but overall, Kamille still looking like in super control of the set as things are starting off.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like we kind of foreshadowed with Focus and the impending MVP talk that might be coming up, just an absolute monster for the side of Kamille. Really putting in the work and really showing that, hey, there's a reason that we were seeded number 1 to begin with.
Yeah, it is certainly true. But yeah, I think I talked about this before, but when we see these two teams fight, because they have such similar comps and such similar ideas, I feel like a lot of it does come back down to the Pale Rider, which is like that kind of classic thing that we've had in the West metas. But whichever Pale Rider gets set up in the position to do more damage and use the Hades better, that can like really lead a team to victory when you're playing this sort of comp. I think it's kind of like even-ish. Like the teams, they play similar styles, they play similar comps all together, so that does tend to kind of like, I don't know, shift the balance, I think.
Yeah, no, it definitely shifts the balance with that just key pivotal player. Both of these teams are going to be playing kind of the tried and true meta for the most part. We do see the Z2R on both teams just showing that, hey, it's kind of been a sleeper pick amongst the competitive community and really shining in these games. I'm really looking forward to seeing some more of that. And going forward onto the next map, it's going to be any man's game.
Yeah, and before I even look at these stats, I'm just going to say, speaking of the Zakutu ranged, we've got, I was almost right, actually. We've got Arrow doing a ton of damage, but really the look here has got to be Focus. Focus, ridiculous. You were talking about it just a second ago. 40,000 damage. I mean, Amano very close as well. Like I said, the Pale Riders are really going to be the cores of these teams as things stand. So both of them doing an amazing job, both leading in kills and in damage on their team. But it was just Focus just slightly ahead. And I think a lot of that too was just the fact that there was the double, right? Having the melee and the Zakutu ranged makes both of them even scarier, and that's what we've seen a lot from Kamille over time. That's why we've got Arrow and Listic similar in the kills area, because they're working a lot of the same targets, I think.
Yeah.
And that can make it very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, Camille's whole team synergy revolves around Listic and Arrow surviving, and they are on the two most survivable classes in the game. You get armor from even just assists on the Susanoo, and then Arrow can just pop smoke and be gone within 3 dashes. It's insane. They just have such good synergy, and it's really impressive to see.
Yeah, it's it really just works together. I mean, whether it's Listic or whether it's Gaspan, right? We've seen both of them playing like the similar. I mean, honestly, both of them pretty much exclusively playing Susanoo, but it's playing a similar role, like comboing with Arrow. And we even saw in a previous match, or I think it may have been this matchup in the upper bracket finals, where only 2 people were left on the map, and it was Listic. Or I'm sorry, it was Arrow and Gasman, and they comboed together to close out that basically that exact same map. So yeah, they're just working together really well.
Oh yeah, and just like that, we are going to be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. This is the grand finals of the Summer Clash. Enemy team with like their ribbons, and then look at that, the response from Exponent. Busting out the Demon over there, and it looks like Wiki's gonna hit the dot.
And look at this, yeah, this is gonna be probably one more takedown here, and that's going to, again, the way in.
Yeah, it's showtime and it's go time, baby. We get to see 2 ringing out.
And Invictus is trying to be the one kind of hung by the body, but no, yes, Casino with the G maneuver as much as possible.
2 seconds, one, they're on the defuse.
Oh, they do it with arrows.
Right there, and we see the pushback from Asticassia as they're sliding in here. Big axe!
Alongside the Screaming Nimbus, they're going to have to do everything. Amano's going to get 1 pick. Focus is actually going to take on Hacks in return, but that's going to be Invictus taking up the 3rd, and 3, 4 down, 5 down. Fuse is starting to happen. Can anybody stop it? The shots are coming in.
No, they're just down there. They're fighting everywhere, but the...
Back with game number 2 of Grand Finals here at the Summer Clash presented by Breakout Esports. Crumb and I, Wonder Chef, going to bring you the action as this goes through, and it's time for Asticassia's pick of Thermal Plant. It's going to be a chaotic game, but I'm excited to see the battle.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see two absolute juggernauts, two titans of our industry going at it today on Thermal Plant in Asticassia, and Kamille is a man's name. Oh man, I'm so excited. The scrap is gonna fall, people.
It is. All right, let's look at exactly what's here. Invictus is still on the team, going to be playing the Dom this time. Chaotic switching back to the Barb. And aside from that, pretty much everybody sticking on what we saw last time. This time it seems like we're going to be having Kamille sticking with basically their exact same comp. Yeah, no Gasman coming back in this time. That was the last time that we saw Gasman switch in. But immediately, X-Men's going to take down Listic with the quickness.
Wow, yeah, really fast on that rotation over to the C side. And look at that. Exponent trying to get back into the backline and focusing him down pretty quick. Another gets picked up in Hacks, and Arrow getting tripped up by the mine right there.
All right, Zyro's the first person to kind of take 2 picks in a row, and that's going to allow the first cap to go to the side of Kamille. They're going to be the ones in blue for this game. But overall, this has been a lot of trades back and forth. Casino, though, taking out Chaotic as well. So numbers advantage definitely finally going to Kamille. But, I mean, even in the previous map where there was actually just an objective, we saw the brawls kind of allowing the like 1 pick on one side, 1 pick on the other side. I feel like it's going to happen a lot here. I say that, though, but 3 in a row as I'm speaking for Kamille.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just seems like this combination of Listic, Zyros, and of course Arrow are just dominating the flank routes and shutting down Asticassia with anything that they try throwing at them.
Yeah, this double real, like, I don't know, this double like flanking aggression is just looking too strong right now. I mean, we do have the Chaotic and Hacks combo this time around that can try to do the exact same thing, but the Susanoo versus the Barb, Susanoo proving to be a little bit, I think, more meta of a pick currently, and Chaotic still, of course, one of the best Barbs in the entire world, but might be suffering a little bit from that little bit of less range.
Yeah, Zyros is just absolutely farming right now, as we see him coming up on 90%. Almost every single person on the side of Kamille about to get their G maneuver. Arrow extremely low though, 1 health. Is able to get it back up now though, as we see the pushback coming in from Asticassia.
Oh no, there comes Chaotic closing things out before the flame grenade could try to close out in the other direction behind the Sazabi shield. But now this is going to be a first capture from Asticassia. They're going to be in a little bit of advantage here, and look how far forward they're holding. My goodness, this is some heavy aggression. Chaotic nearly all the way in their base. Amano actually like all the way in their base, and we're going to see the pops on a ton of G maneuvers on the side of Kamille to try and take this back. Focus using the Hades that we can see right here. Casino just used the Screaming Nimbus. That is going to allow them to recap. There's still 30 seconds left too. They can get pretty high with this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Kamille smelled blood in the water and just took advantage of that, surging forward off of a very costly mistake, I might add, from Asticassia.
Yeah, they smelled blood in the water, you know, and they struck, and that is exactly what they needed to do. And now they're up by over 40%. It's going to be about 48%, assuming nobody retakes, which I don't think they will. And we're going to see now the G maneuvers coming up from the other side, trying to get C pretty early. The problem is, with Invictus using that right now, it maybe could clear them out and get them a little bit better positioning, but there's still 20 seconds left for them to be able to walk all the way back and regroup slightly. However, the fact they're still getting picks means that they are going to be delaying them a lot. They're starting to stagger, and they're in a great position for when C unlocks.
Yeah, it almost seemed like it was like more of a panic use for the G maneuver there of Invictus, but I mean, I'm eating my words right now because they're pushing back in and they're getting that point presence. They get the point and they get the capture, and they really needed that time.
They do. They need this as much as possible. Like, they're really getting to the spot where, like, actually, they're already at there, where 1 full hold will for sure be a win for Kamille, as they're going to be retaking that back. And Casino taking down 2. That is gigantic. Zyros, like you mentioned, putting in a ton of damage, is going to get picked back up. And Listic might be popping this Trans Am to try and close things out right here pretty soon. They're in a good spot to do it, so I think Listic knows that he doesn't have to do it quite right away. But that's going to be one of the only G maneuvers on board, that versus the other melee G maneuver of Chaotic. We'll see which one comes out on top.
Yeah, 92% right now. This is extremely crucial. They need to get in. They're going to be flooding in through this lower side. Chaotic with the jump up. Actually, it's going to be a top push. Chaotic with the G maneuver gets one, and that's a huge one he gets on focus, slamming his sword down, and he's going to be at the bottom of the point, but they're not on the point. And they just let it go.
Oh, no. There was an attempt to push back, but, I mean, especially with Listic there, using that G maneuver, you have to not be in a spot where you're just going to instant die. Still, though, I feel like there may have been a little bit of miscommunication as to who is moving where, because that would have been the opportunity, I think, to at least get on the point, at least extend the time a little bit, even if you went down. And unfortunately, that just didn't even happen. So we're looking at Kamille continuing to start to run away with things. Round one going to them pretty solidly. Once they were able to kind of get a foothold, they literally never gave it up on any point.
Yeah, we're seeing, looks like Casino actually going to be the lead damage dealer and kill taker, or I don't know. He's got the most kills. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to say. He's sitting pretty at 17,503. And, wow, he's just right underneath him. We've got Focus with the 17K. So much damage for the side of Kamille.
Casino, we used to see Casino a lot more as the kind of MVP for damage. I miss those days, but still Casino, of course, absolutely cracked on the sticks with freaking Dom. Like, just unbelievable aim. One of the only people who we've seen shoot a professional or, you know, like a top level Ashmore out of the air with a rocket. Love to see that, but I'm always gonna remember that still. We're starting off on A here. We'll see if Casino can keep up that damage as time is going on. Ooh, a push through the backside over here towards the center a little bit more, as Chaotic's gonna be holding that angle. This looks like it's working out. Amano getting the first pick.
Yeah, and that's a huge pick for them too, as it's gonna be Focus who goes down quick. And Chaotic pushing back in there, trying to take advantage of that. We do see Exponent getting that Profi pick, and that's going to be big for Asticassia right now. Pushing back in, getting that time on the point that they so desperately needed from that last round.
Yeah, I think they've got to make a big statement here, just as far as, like, you know, just trying to fight their way back into this. They need to be like, okay, we're going to take the lead early, and we're going to continue with this lead. And, oh, no, Chaotic just barely missing that slam. Now, it looks like we're going to see some picks on both sides, as Listic is going to push in to try and get this retake. 30 seconds left. They are going to get plentiful points. If they manage to make it happen, it looks like they will. Exponent and Red Protocol both going down, and that's going to be 25% towards the retake. Focus taking down 2 as well. However, they are standing on the point, just delaying it longer. And honestly, just even the delay at that point was good. That means that they're going to be up regardless by 20%. All you need to do sometimes is not die once you have the actual point.
Yeah, I mean, easier said than done when it's facing one of these two teams. But did you just notice that Focus just stood there? He just stood there and just looked around, and just everything that came within his sight died. And that was just insane to see, activating the real-life Matrix on us mid-match, as we see a new push here coming in for that C side.
All right, yeah, this is kind of where things are, I think, are going to shift, right? We're still pretty close, 20 points away, but I feel like this is where either we're going to see Asticassia take a much bigger lead, which it looks like it's going to happen. Casino and Listic already going down pretty quickly. On top of that, now Zyros, and there are 2 G maneuvers, well, 1 G maneuver available on the side of Asticassia. It's going to be the Hades, which is huge. This looks like we used the grenade just to, or the super napalm to build a little bit of space, guarantee that capture on C, and yeah, now they're starting to get a really big lead.
Yeah, now this lead is huge for them, and also I really like the idea of Hax using that G maneuver as more of a pushback rather than a taking, like rather than to take the point, because honestly, you're going to get a lot more value out of it that way, and it did indeed stall Kamille from getting this point.
Well, they did stall them once again, and the stalling is really big, right? Like, if you know that you have the lead and you can make sure that they get less than you, then again, like I said, sometimes all you have to do is stay alive and just be shifty and just try to deny them from being able to recap it, and that is still going to be essentially like a 30% lead as we're going to go back to A, so it's a pretty far run back.
Yeah, but 5, almost 6, it's going to be full 6 G maneuvers up for the side of Kamille as they're going to this A point.
Just give it a few more seconds. Profi, land 1 shot so we can say it was all 6. Whoa,
yeah,
hold
come on,
a minute.
baby, come on. Come on, give it to us, Profi. Come on.
see?
Yeah!
There it is.
Six maneuvers on the board.
It immediately dies, by the way. But the most important thing is that it actually happened. However, we do see Casino popping that Screaming Nimbus and then immediately going down. The focus fire was really good on the side of Asticassia, and that means that, again, they are going to be taking this first capture very, very well, and they can win off of this point alone. It will switch if it goes to the other side for even just a few moments, I think, but right now Chaotic trying to defend, and that's going to be actually two members, though, going down on the side of Asticassia. There's a lot of trading back and forth, but that was gigantic, and this should be a recap, yeah.
Again, I don't understand how Focus didn't die right there. He had his G maneuver popped out in front of a Barb who had his ult. And just didn't die.
I don't know. The power of the healing pod, I guess, maybe. I don't know. There it is. You can see it right there. It truly is. It's the best support in the entire game and has been since release. We all know this.
Absolutely.
It actually,
No,
it
100%.
genuinely was. It genuinely was for sure in the very beginning of the game. But here we go. There is still a pretty decent lead, you know, about 10% for the side of Asticassia. They're not going to be getting this, but C has gone very well for them so far, and they only need a little bit more as we're going to be shifting back over. There are some picks on both sides right now, though. Everybody just trying to build up their G maneuvers. We can see 4 on each side. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 on the side of Kamille, 4 on the side of Asticassia. So this could come down to some huge explosive fights, especially fighting for this initial capture on C.
Absolutely, and it's just going to be absolute mayhem getting in here. I want to point out, though, that Chaotic did the really smart thing of not just popping his G maneuver right there at the end. It was almost useless for a point that was already practically in their favor. So coming into this, we see 2 G maneuvers getting popped out in quick succession. Focus and Listed taking out 2 members of Asticassia. However, one getting picked up, and look at that, the pushback is coming.
Yeah, but Amano used the Hades and it went down immediately. It went to 0 effect, and that is rough, and that's going to be a full follow-up. Only Amano left for the respawn. Nobody on point to get that initial capture, and the lead going back to Kamille. They just need to hold us for a few more seconds, and they're going to be moving up 2 games in the set. It's not match point quite yet, but look at their resources. Focus with Hades. Chaotic needs to make something magic happen here. A combo of the Chaotic G maneuver and the punch from Evictus could be everything, but already Exponent going down. The Hades popped, and the punch coming through. I don't know if it connected on enough. Arrow's gonna go down. That's gonna be 1, but somebody needs to get on point.
And look at that, the Barb almost going through the wall on his G maneuver, slamming down, trying to get anything they can, but it's gonna be overtime. Extra time is on there, and they're just fighting for the points.
Oh, Amano and Focus kind of ending up in similar places, but that's gonna be 3 picks for Kamille. That's gonna be most everybody gone. They're just trying to lock everybody else down. Oh, a little bit of friendliness, let's just say, at the end there. And that's gonna be 2 games, maybe a little bit too friendly. Can we get a yellow card penalty for Focus? We'll give him a warning. You know, where's our ref? Folks. Where's our ref gun tank in the game?
Oh man, that was absolutely wild to see. It really did come down to the wire right there. Unfortunately, it is going to be even tougher now for Asticassia to dig themselves out of this and secure those next few wins.
Yeah, this is exactly what it felt like to me in the upper bracket finals as well, where like it's a every game is close, right? Like it could very easily shift in either direction, but it just doesn't, right? Just Kamille is just like barely there for the final moments when they need to be, and that just happens over and over, and they just feel like they're in control. They still have not given up a single game in the entire tournament. I would love to see at least 1 game on board for Asticassia. They can easily do it. They are right there, but like you said, it is a tough path. They're gonna have to win 3 games straight, and now we are 1 game away from a perfect run here on the side of Kamille is a man, and Kamille is a man's name, and I am a man. I did not finish that up correctly.
Oh man, I am so ready for this. And like you said, if you're a fan of underdog stories, then you are an Asticassia fan right now. Right now, you are at home and you are rooting. You are begging. You are pleading for this comeback. Because honestly, I know I am. Hey, listen, I mean, staying unbiased as much as I can. We all love the Kamille is a man's name. And
well,
so am I.
I mean,
but,
yes.
But, I mean, if you're a fan of underdog stories, now may be the time to start tuning in.
Well, okay, let's remember, right? Let's remember that of all the times, right, where let's just say an Omni team was dominant, back when it was Mafty, I believe it was Mafty at that point, when an Omni team was dominant.
Is that, man?
I don't know, they have got way too many teams. But Omni team won against a particular team, that it was Second Wind, right? I'm not wrong on this. It was Second Wind, that they defeated them 2-0 in a winners finals, and then in grand finals was up 2-0 against them. It was last second. Oh, you're right. It wasn't the last second. Oh my God, I was the second. I forgot. Yeah, of course, because Gasman was on it. I'm an idiot. All right, nobody remember. But basically, that still happened, right? That still happened. There was a team, and that now has been absorbed into more of Omni. But there was a team that you know, they were down 4 games straight against an Omni team, and they came back and won 3. So it's happened before. It's not impossible. That's what I'm trying to say here, even though my exact names of the teams that did it were wrong. But, you know, I'm an old man, and we can look at the damage now.
All right, the cards are out on the table, and let's look at the tail of the tapes here. Oh, man, you got to just give it to sorry, I almost said Omni. Kamille is a man's name. Look at Focus. Just look at his pristine KD. 8.75.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
That's just dirty.
Focus, like, stats-wise, has to be, like, the pure stat-wise MVP of this tournament. I think it's kind of uncontested. If you just look at the pure, like, how much damage you've done, what your KD is, how many kills you've had, even though there's been less games, Focus is just... It's like unbelievable, actually. But on the other side, I mean, we got to give a shout out to Hacks for leading the kills with not the Zaku 2 range, switching over to the RX-78 after a bit. That's cool to see. Also, though, still not quite in the lead. I got to go back up. I'm jumping back and up and down and up and down. But Casino almost led damage this time on the Dom. Still as cracked as ever.
Did definitely lead it in the very beginning of the match, and I mean, popping back down, we see Amano and Exponent, and wow, actually Exponent, Invictus, and Red Protocol, all with 22k and 24k respectively. They're all right there, and I feel like they have the ability and they have the manpower to actually push through and get that W like you were talking about. It's just going to be a matter of really playing together and really just not getting caught off by the absolute sheer dominance of Kamille as a man's name, because I think that's what's getting to them right now. It's they know they can do this. Mm-hmm. It's just they need to believe they can do it.
Yeah, it's, I mean, they've got to stay confident for sure, without a doubt. I think the other big thing is, again, not to say that Chaotic isn't doing a great job with Barb, but it just seems to me, like, from what I've seen from all these teams over the weekend, that Susanoo is just, like, a little bit above. Like, when Susanoo pops that Trans Am, it's like old Exia popping Trans Am, where it's like, you might just wipe an entire team. And yes, we've seen some amazing comebacks from the Barb G maneuver, which I will never in my life be able to announce or pronounce, but it just isn't quite that, like, well, you might just win the game when you pop this. So we'll see if that it could be a switch, but we're going to be going to another short break as we set up game 3 of grand finals. This could be the final one. You're not going to want to go anywhere. We'll see if Kamille can take the tournament right after this.
Tough now, though, as we see the pushback coming in from Asticassia. Top push. Chaotic with the G maneuver gets 1, and that's a huge one he gets on Focus.
Pushing to try and get this retake. 30 seconds left. They all going to get plentiful points. If they manage to make it happen, it looks like they will. Exponent and Red Protocol both going down, and that's going to be 25% towards the retake. Focus taking down 2 as well. However, there's
there it is. Even on the board.
And then immediately, yeah, but Amano used the Hades and it went down immediately. It went to Zesh coming through. I don't know if it connected on enough. Arrow's gonna go down. That's gonna be 1, but somebody needs to get on point.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gundam Evolution Summer Clash coming at you with some great action. I'm bringing this action to you with the help of one and only Wonder Chef.
Your mission is to destroy.
That's right.
both
We've
target
got
objectives.
just potentially one more game. One more game if Kamille has their way, or 3 more games if Asticassia has their way. And oh my goodness, we've got who else but the Gas Man, as the other casters on the showdown kept saying, on the gun tank. I hope this is real. I don't know if this is real, but we've got some interesting picks looking like on the offense. Actually, you know what? Can we get a listen in with Kamille as they're starting off their strategy? I don't know if they're going to do another little weird ritual for things, but I would love to hear how they're starting off.
Banana bread. There's no
Breathe it in.
banana bread.
Right,
Banana bread.
banana bread.
Banana bread.
Switch, Gasman. Gasman.
No.
Yeah.
Gasman.
There comes.
I want to play gun tank. That's
Okay.
good, boys. Okay.
Alright, yep. Alright, go.
Don't get
Watch for
sniped.
mines, watch for Molly. Molly.
Yeah.
We're good. Yep.
Zeta.
They search.
Zeta
Careful.
I'm dead to mines.
I got you.
We're good. The worst.
Is that a Hoff?
They have dynamis. They have
Take out, take
dynamis.
out.
We int waypoint.
Correct.
I'm here. I'm on the right side.
3 times.
Oh,
Redirect.
No axe. No axe.
Look at Saz.
Saz.
Got him.
Nice,
Got him.
nice,
Nice.
We
don't
don't
have
have
to-
to-
We shove this. We shove this.
We don't have to.
I'm on the enemies. Enemies
Okay,
one.
guys. Okay,
Help
guys.
gas.
I'm one.
Come on him.
He's alone.
Guys, done.
Dead. Alright,
healing up.
push this.
Is that a
We're down 2. Saw's just spawned.
I'm taking left for that Gundam.
Gun him Hoff.
He has to reload.
Dump
Got one.
Dump Hoff.
Armor and 1 arrow.
Saz is
Zeta
on me.
literally won.
I'm getting health.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. I'm
Pushing,
with you.
pushing.
Listen.
Oh.
Gun him one.
Oh, Nice.
Got one.
Nice. Nice. Take it. Where's Puppy?
I got him. I got it. No.
Big.
Okay.
Big Molly. Big Molly.
Alright, nice.
Guys,
Nice.
I got the.
3 dead. 3 dead. 3 dead.
I'm planning.
Look at height.
Reservoir.
I'm covering.
Fail.
Yep.
Fail's dead.
I'm flanking height. Kill him.
That's okay.
Zeta 1 arrows.
Zeta 1.
Leave. I'm with you.
Diver in our right.
Res that arrow.
Got you. Res it.
Thank you.
Yep. Good shit. Alright, play.
around
Too
bomb,
many
play around
height.
bomb.
Too many height. Everyone
many
go.
height,
that's fine.
Whoever
I'm
plays
dropping
lower,
down.
play
I'll
lower.
drop down.
I'm going lower.
I'm looking at underground access tunnel.
Hey,
Pushing
the
out.
Saw's
corner's
flanking.
tunnel,
Saw's is
guys.
flanking. 3 flanking. 3 flanking.
Saw's box.
Maybe
Saw's
four.
boxes.
Maybe 4 tunnel.
Hell it. I'm backing up. I'm dead.
I'm splashing hard.
Arrows.
Pale throwing. Kill this pale.
Oh, behind us. On the left side. Below. Gundam
Saw's is
Ashmar.
Ash
on
1.
their health.
Ash high on left.
Pushing height.
Left.
Saw's under tunnel again.
Gundam behind us, Saris.
He's Hoff.
Going for him. Got him
Huge
dead.
kill.
Play bomb. Top left.
bomb.
3, 2.
Play bomb. I'm weak.
I'm playing bomb.
Flash shove me.
I'm healing right now.
Got him.
There, we got it. Ash dead. Push their
Still
spawn.
on
Push
height.
their spawn now.
Yeah,
Run.
Yeah.
Hit one.
All right, look at that. So well coordinated. That just took a few seconds. We barely even had time to talk. They're not listening. They've already taken the first point, and they are looking to continue to push. Look at this. There's nobody even really in position to try and defend the waypoint from Kamille right now.
Yeah, the entirety of Kamille really barging in here with 5 G maneuvers up. They're cooking, baby. And as I say that, though, arrow does go down, so a little bit of breathing room on the flank there. They're still trying to push back into this next bomb site plant. Casino does end up going down. Arrow and Gasman picking up the kills respectively.
Yeah, you know what they're cooking? Banana bread, which right now is seeming pretty delicious. I haven't eaten all day, and we're getting close to maybe a chance where I can. If they continue to push like this, they are not going to get that bomb down. They look like they were close, but Red Protocol is going to be 1 tap away and finally going down to Casino. But that is 4 members down of Asticassia. It looks like, especially with 2 G maneuvers popped, this is going to be a plant.
Oh yeah, the plant is inevitable here as Kamille is pushing in. Lots of G maneuvers still up for them, and 2 actually on this side of Asticassia. They're really going to hopefully use that Evictus Wiki combination here to try and retake this and get that defuse.
Oh, the Screaming Nimbus. Ooh, Zyros used literally just like flipped in the air to avoid the Screaming Nimbus. That was freaking sick. Somebody cap that highlight for sure. But we are going to continue this defense. It looks like we're losing some on both sides right now. The disarm is starting. Can anybody get in there to stop it? No. Only Arrow was in position, and it's just a little bit too far away for that Zaku 2 ranged damage. However, Gasman is coming back. Arrow got a pick as well on the defense, and so they might get another pick, or sorry, another plant really soon here as Gasman, look at this, stacking up this extra armor.
The Gas Man is cooking, baby, and he is sitting there looking pretty with another G maneuver. That Trans Am is going to be huge for his team as he just tries to avoid that damage, get back down to the plant side of A, and it looks like he's going to hopefully just bide his time and wait for the rest of his team to come to his aid.
He's a League player. He's used to hiding in bushes, waiting for sure for those ganks, and that looks like exactly what he might be ending up doing. But only 30 seconds left-ish on this plant. Arrow's so far behind here, just trying to deal with Exponent. This is like a weird little fight because, of course, they retook that waypoint. Exponent just trying to shield it off. It looks like Gasman and Casino are going to be going down. There's still nobody quite there to get the full disarm, though. I'm not sure if they can build up enough people in time. The run back means that every takedown is permanent, but yeah, looks like maybe finally they're gonna be able to. Can anybody get there in time? They're starting it, and it looks like this should be the disarm.
Zyros is down, and look at that. Like you said, the disarm, it rings out. Ah!
Zyros went down to his own flame grenade. That is definitely tragic, and sometimes it do be like that, yeah. But that was a lot of progress. Again, on the second point here, it's basically maximum progress. 95.7 is what we see on board. So at this point, that's already pretty good. You can defend for quite a while on the second point, even if they don't make it back into this push. But they did get 2 picks. Casino's going down in exchange, and a few members on Kamille are bleeding, so they might have to kind of regroup for one more big push, and we could see it behind Focus's Hades if Focus can actually stay up.
Yeah, it just looks like they're not able to stay alive right now as they're all just kind of trickling in here. They do get the plant down, though. Profi doing a huge amount of work over here, but does end up getting cleaned up by Invictus himself. And look at that. We do see the pushback coming in here for the defense and the disarm.
Ooh, that's really good, but Focus still has not used that Hades. It looks like we're gonna have, the big core of the Screaming Nimbus. Oh no, just kidding. Casino going down, getting melted. We would normally have that. We still probably will. They have the waypoint. Casino will come back soon, but Hades behind the Screaming Nimbus, and with the Profi having the funnels just for fun, that could be how they push down. Look, Invictus going down, has Hades as well, but he's gonna have to run back from spawn, and I'm assuming that for this push, we're gonna see everything.
Yep, Focus is sitting there pretty on his G maneuver, just beaming down the Zeta. And look at that. Oh, the axe coming out, taking down Casino. We see Gasman cooking over there, and the defuse is coming. Wow! He gets it in the nick of time, but look, another plant.
Yep, we've got it on A still, and that's gonna mean that we're gonna have to see the full defense here. Time is now running out. Everybody's healthy on the side of Kamille, but they're gonna have to stay healthy. The waypoint has been retaken. They've done such a good job of that on Asticassia, and now they're trying to take advantage of it, but that's gonna be a trade 1-for-1. Finally, the Hades pop Focus taking down 2. Zyros is gonna go down as well, so the numbers advantage is not there for Kamille. The numbers advantage altogether was there for Asticassia, but 2 more going down, and that's going to be the combo of the Hades and, of course, that big Trans Am. This should be a disarm. There's not many left on the side of Asticassia that can defend, but who can be the one to actually get the disarm? They're taking their time here.
Yeah, 9 seconds, and Gasman is just taking so much time away from them. The big axe in the corner, though, and he's going to go down. Focus is down now, too, but Zyros has that punch. He's coming in, and then it goes off.
Oh, just barely. There looked like there were a lot more people up, but nobody was in position. I was a little bit confused in that last fight right there, but it looked like just Gasman running around and zipping through that entire map kept him up. The perfect kind of amount of time to be able to stay and defend right there. It didn't seem like there was a huge numbers advantage. Then suddenly there was, and suddenly there wasn't, then suddenly there was again. But overall, just staying up for a long enough time with that waypoint up was a beautiful move from Gasman.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Profi with that just last second clutch pixel perfect axe to and then just his surge forward from that axe was able to actually be the thing I think that secured the bomb right there for them. Oh my goodness. That was just so back and forth. I'm trying to catch my breath.
I know. That was a hard one to follow for sure, but now we know this very well could be the final round. If we do not see Asticassia take this entire thing, both sites, this will be the entire tournament for Kamille. So they've got to make it happen. Let's see if there's any sort of changes as far as comps. It looks like everything's the same. Kamille really doesn't need to change their comp at all. They've been doing so well, but it looks like we may see a mono on the Gym Sniper. Not going to be going with the Dynamis. It's going to be the Gym Sniper, which we've seen a mono on before. Extremely strong on this suit. There's been some changes to it as well with like the aerial ability, but I need to see if it's gonna work. If they can get some picks, that could be a great way to get in fast, but if it doesn't work, it can delay them long enough that they're not gonna be able to make it. Potential start of the final round.
I'm actually really excited for this, and I think that's a great switch up for a mono, because I don't think that Kamille is actually ready for the GM Sniper. They don't have anybody to really challenge him there.
Yeah,
and just like that.
Yeah, there we go. Good call. Yeah, immediately getting shot. Zyro's getting picked back up, but at the very minimum, it allowed everybody to push through. And Amano using the ability to shoot from the air there, going off the jump pad. Oh, trying to find just the little angles. Amano is one of the best Gym Snipers that we've seen. Can't shoot anymore. Does not have enough energy in the air. Boost gauge, I should say. But Zyro's going to be taking down two. That's going to be gigantic. And it has been neutralized. That's going to be more members of Asticassia getting melted. Amano's still up, but just alone, and that means it's gonna be a little bit of a retreat. They might try to hunt him down, and it looks like it's gonna work between the two ultimate flankers that have been putting the work on every team, Gasman and Arrow. We'll also include Listic in there because it switches off between them and Gasman, but that means that the delay is that much longer.
Yeah, the delay is longer, but luckily Amano on the one class that distance really isn't too much of an issue. Red Protocol going to be going for a nice, beautiful little flank on the right side, trying to get over those mountains, but not catching any breathing room as Profi kind of flies up there to deny him. Exponent rushing across, and look at that. Just like that, the waypoint is theirs. However, the pushback is strong from Kamille.
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit too strong. This is a full team wipe. Oh my goodness, they smell blood in the water. They can smell the tournament victory, and they are holding on to it so well here. There's just 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, which seems like a pretty long time if you're not the ones that have to run back over and over and over after getting picked, just trying to get the waypoint of all things. So we've got to see Asticassia get some sort of coordination together. They don't have any G maneuvers. Two are up on the other side, and it's going to be Arrow and Gasman, which we've seen just coordinate together so well in almost a disgustingly good fashion. Can this push actually work out? The capture happens on the waypoint. Nobody's gone down on either side. Finally, Casino going down, Exponent trading, but 3 members down on Kamille. This might finally be the opportunity if Gasman can't pull this back.
But Gasman is pulling it back, and so is Profi, actually, with the huge res onto Focus right there. Oh, but it was just to get out alive, as we do see Invictus and Hax now up on their G maneuvers.
Ooh, Invictus actually pretty low. Gonna have to maybe catch a little bit of healing before they can get back in. That's exactly what you see them do. But Invictus on the Pale Rider, very interesting. I did not even realize that was happening, but that makes a lot of sense with the mono. Was on the Sniper, now is gonna be on the Zeta, and so we are going to have to now have a big push. Gasman going down, that's gonna be a great start. Invictus on the Hades is gonna take down at least 1. 3 members going down altogether, but 3 train back the other way with the Focus Hades combined with the Arrow G maneuver. Casino getting picked back up. That's going to be a plant, but there's not a lot of members to be able to defend it at all from Asticassia. Hax sitting here, Joel just throwing preemptively, trying to take down Arrow. It actually works, but there still might not be quite enough, as we are going to see the disarm.
Yeah, the disarm, the punch out from Zyros, and Invictus picking up Zyros in return, but that was enough damage to really slow the roll there of Asticassia.
Right, and you just need to slow them a little bit. At this point,
for 60 more seconds.
Yep, exactly 1 minute. They've got 1 G maneuver available. They might be able to build back up the Screaming Maneuvers from Wiki, but Casino's got the counter Screaming Maneuvers ready, available as well. Amano has to make this count. Let's see how many it can hit.
And here it goes!
No, I don't even know how many it hit, and it's going to be the entire team, actually, of Asticassia going down instead.
Wow!
They may have hit the door frame instead of going all the way through, and that's going to be a team kill.
clean
the
kill.
other direction. 30 seconds left. Can they retake the waypoint? They can. That might be the nail in the coffin.
Asticassia needs a miracle like no other.
I don't even know if a miracle can save them at this point. 20 seconds is almost not even enough to get to the bomb. They need to just literally run through the other team.
Look at that,
Oh,
Wiki!
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's
That's
going
good.
through,
2
baby!
picks. Yeah, that might be the way to get through. There's 8
Is it a
seconds
miracle
left.
on
You gotta
UTC
stop this.
Street?
You gotta get the kill first. Wait.
He's got the
30 seconds
plan!
left.
He's
no,
got the plan!
No way. No way.
And they get the plan
goes
off.
off. That's unbelievable. The majority of the team of Kamille goes down. I had written this team off way too early. What a run back. That is extremely clutch. And now everybody's up and healthy on the side of Asticassia. They've got the waypoints, but they've got no G maneuvers. Nobody does in the entire game at this point. We're about to see Focus get back the Hades. That's going to have to be the retake option. Zyro's having to back up and heal a little bit.
Wow, that was just insane. And we do see the Hades being popped out for Focus, and Asticassia unfortunately losing so many members. But right now, Bread Protocol does pick up Focus, so big pickup for them. And they're going to be going in for the defuse. 20 seconds left. It's going to be the last little bit here as Arrow goes forward, and that's going to be the game.
Oh, an amazing attempt. The best attempt I have maybe ever seen in my entire life to fight back into that match. I literally cannot believe that we saw them get all the way past that waypoint, literally screaming Nimbus all the way to the bomb site, get the kill on the Pale Rider, and then plant. But even with all of that, it was not enough. Kamille is a man's name, and I am a man. Just simply too strong in this tournament, refusing to give up a single game. Despite how great all of these matches were, they are truly your champions for today in Summer Clash.
Absolutely. Champions through and through. Both teams put up one hell of a fight, and like you said, it was amazing to see that pushback right there at the end from Asticassia. As we're going to get back into this replay right here, just beautiful, beautiful work for both teams. Ult economy out the wazoo. It was great to see all these players getting together and just showing us exactly what they're made of. But a huge GG's to Kamille's a man's name, your Summer Clash champions.
Well, yeah, extremely well earned. Obviously, I feel like we almost don't even need to talk about their performance. In fact, I think I am, going to talk a little bit about Asticassia's performance.
Absolutely.
I think as a team, we know that, former second win was super strong, but these changes that they've made, some of their new pickups, I feel like they're gelling together really well as a team. They just were slightly out of range to be able to take out Kamille every single game. I mean, they really put it to them. They made them bleed, but they didn't make them bleed enough. They didn't need stitches. They only need a little bit of a Band-Aid, and there was a little bit too many Band-Aids available, I think, for Kamille. So great stuff to Asticassia placing second. They're still within the money. That's going to be big for them. But Kamille, Team Kamille is a man's name, and I'm a man, literally undefeated. That is wild. And I mean, also, may I note, an amazing combination of, like I said, multiple teams that have come up before from, Omni players. I don't know if technically Gasman's an Omni player, but, just great players all around that have really come together, and they meshed super well, even when we heard it in comms.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you heard the comms from both sides, and none of it was panic. It was almost all just extremely well-coordinated pushes, extremely well-coordinated focus fire, and I was just blown away by just the level of professionalism when it really did come down to it. I mean, we had a few rituals, I guess, and a few funny things here and there. We saw Gasman on the gun tank for a bit, but regardless of all that, we were having fun, and it was for a game that we all truly, truly love.
Yeah.
So I'm just super proud of all the teams that have competed in this tournament. And going forward, I just hope that we can all see them get together one last time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I said it before, but I just want to say this again. The fact that we had one of our best tournaments of all time in the post cancellation of the game, after we know that the game's getting shut down, the fact that it wasn't just everybody saying, oh well, see you later. It was like, okay, these teams, they want to keep playing. They want to show what they can do all the way until the last final minute. I feel like that's like a super great thing about this community. I'm super happy that I got to cast here, with, of course, I'm glad I got to cast this with you. These finals have been amazing. Also, just with everybody else, we got a whole bunch of different people around this time. We got Ryan, we got Cyber, who I got to cast for the first time today. We had JJ earlier. Of course, we unfortunately couldn't see Jamerson make it, but, huge shout outs to him always. So, we just got this great combination, this great group of everything towards the end, players that were in different teams kind of popping up, like for example like Hacks, after their team shut down, like coming back up over here, placing second, doing an amazing job. Everything is just like, it's so good to see, even though we kind of know what the future of the game is. It's not people that are like, well, I'm gonna make $1 million playing this. It's like, we just love this game, we want to keep going with it. Yeah,
no, it's all about the love of the game, and there's been so much love for this game, so much love for this community. And it just goes to show that, the community that we've built here for Gundam Evolution is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to grow, whether it's another Gundam game in the future, whether it's going to be the next Breakers, whatever it may be, it'll be interesting to see exactly where everybody does end up. But one thing's for sure, Gundam Evolution will stick with us forever.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where everybody goes after this, because there's so many talented people in the community, right? Like, so many people that are obviously talented coming from other games, but then have continued to show off here, and I feel like people from different games. I mean, like, look, even on that final team, right, on Kamille, we have players that, we like, for example, Gasman's a League player, Casino comes from arena shooters, we've had people come from, like, I don't know, Battlefield on that team, obviously, with, like, Focus and stuff, and then, like, everything in between, right? Like, a lot of them know each other from Planet Side and random stuff. So it's like a bunch of talented people all getting together from different places, and then now we may be splitting up a little bit, but the connections are still like really good, and definitely some people are going to be teaming together in future games. I'm excited to see that. But of course, if we got to look at one person for damage for the entire day, it's Focus.
Sheesh! My goodness gracious, look at that KD, look at the damage, look at the kills, just an absolute star performance from Focus, holding it down for Camille's man's name. I gotta say, big shout out to Amano. He had the Titan against him in Focus, and he did just as well on that Zeta.
Yeah, definitely not easy. Again, I mean, that was a tough, close game to have. So you can even see the damage here was pretty much in line with each other, minus Focus, who's just unbelievable. But if you don't look at Focus, I actually covered it with my hand for a second. Obviously nobody can see that, but if you do the same thing, it looks really even, right? We've got like the 32s. I mean, even Amano, is like kind of high above everybody else. We've got the 38Ks. We've got it's like close-ish, but Focus, really pushed it over the edge. And that is just, I guess, what I was saying before, right? The Pale Rider, it really means a lot in these really close meta matchups.
No, absolutely. And actually, when I was looking at all the numbers right there, I noticed that not a single player on Team Kamille had less than 30 kills.
Oh my gosh, that's certainly
insane.
A lot.
That is just wild.
There's a reason you only stay consistent enough to win a difficult tournament like this, not just against obviously some other amazing West teams, but even against the competition from Asia that has some GGGP players in it, and multiple of them. We saw a bunch of those icons today. But if you stay this consistent to not lose a game against any of this competition, it's because every single person on your team is just a little bit too good, I think, and maybe we need to ban them from teaming together again. Let's stop. I don't think these.
I don't think that these people should be queuing together. Okay, let me tell you something. As a casual player, no, I'm just kidding. But no, for real, it's been so great to see these guys all back in action again. And big shout out to all the players who didn't get to show up to this last tournament. The Carl Sagans out there. The let's see, who are some other big names? The Davids. We miss all you guys. We all hope you're all doing great. And just to let everybody at home know, it was a giant pleasure and a giant thank you from me. Just a giant thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to do these finals together. I do think that we're setting up an interview at the moment. I'm not sure if it's going to fully go down. We're trying to get somebody from the side of Kamille to talk to us a little bit, just get their final thoughts. Looks like maybe are they here? Are we just wait? Are we doing this straight up? I don't know. I think Casino joined, but I don't know if Casino's live yet. So I'm gonna wait to guarantee that. We're gonna wait for Lux. Lux is always. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, I'm so big. My face is so big, and it's Casino. Hello,
What's
Casino.
up? How y'all doing?
Oh my goodness, Lord Casino. Sorry, I'm trying to get into frame here. You're already perfectly framed. That's messed up. That's cheating.
Yeah.
But what's
Don't
up?
worry.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was a crazy day. Crazy weekend. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel playing? We'll go back and forth asking questions here, but how did you feel playing together with this version of the team? Like I said before, it's like a mix of like kind of like two different versions of like the showdown teams, right? Like Kamille and Matthew, sort of. Like I mean, everybody plays together, obviously, but like how did this one in particular feel like together, gel wise?
It felt really good. I've played with Focus a lot in Gundam. A lot with Zyros. Me and Zyros actually have history going back to 2019 from Planetside. So
Ooh.
me and him were on a 6v6 team for that game. So me and him have a ton of synergy together. We play off of each other so very well. And in ranked, like me and Levi, like we're really good together. Me and Listic as well. Like both of our Susan players, the armor synergy with Dom armor is just amazing to do. Me and Gasman originally in season 1 and 2, we were just duo ranked, and I would just armor him on farm and he'd kill like 4 or 5 people. So yeah, this version of the team is really nice. It is a mix of like Kamille and Mafty, and it's really good for me to be able to actually play because I have a new job that understands I do this kind of stuff. You know, like oh my God, they gave me time off for this. So yeah, it's been an absolute fun time, and you know, kudos to the other teams as well, especially the JP team for staying up as late as they did. I mean, it was like 10 or 11 in the morning or something crazy. I mean, I can't imagine doing that. Like, that's just insane. So yeah, it's been really fun. It's good.
Yeah, I almost passed out. I think watching that Losers Finals, that was ridiculous. I needed a rest after that. But Kron, do you have any questions for Casino?
Oh man, I was just curious. So going into that thermal plant,
Yeah,
it's the map that to me was like the most crucial because you knew it was going to be just like you guys butting heads. It was going to be two big giant titans, two big bulls just going at it. What really was the turning point in that map that kind of sealed it for you guys?
I think the turning point, I couldn't really pinpoint really any exact fight. I think the turning point was honestly during the first map towards the end. We kind of found our footing, so to speak. We were all playing fairly well, but we sort of found like what we wanted to do with each other, just how we were playing at the time. And then Thermal's a map where we played a lot. It's one of our favorite maps. One of my personal favorite maps is Dawn Trooper.
Same.
I mean, that is just choke heaven, like just choke heaven, choke city, whatever you want to call it.
Choke City.
Yeah, it's crazy. Time for Rock City. Anyways, no, no, it's thermal wasn't really anything too difficult for us personally. Like it's almost like autopilot. There really isn't too many things we have to really come up with on the fly. We were pushing through their spawn. Like that's just kind of something we've always done. It's just like once we get like a snowball rolling, it's really hard for us to get off of it until like maybe someone like just feeds or something. Like me, sometimes I do that. But no, there wasn't really anything that really kind of did that for us. We just kind of ran with it.
Absolutely, and it was great to see because the one thing that I've always noticed about Kamille and your team in general is you're not afraid to be the big winner here. You're not afraid to be the big guy, the big fish.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you're gonna take that room and you're gonna make sure to hold on to it, and you're not gonna give the other guys any room. And that was just so evident on that map. And just hats off to you guys. GG's.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of we had a decent amount of practice, I would say, between a lot of us, because it is a lot of players that are part of Omni, part of Kamille, Mapty, whatever you want to call us. It's Omni. But a lot of NA casual stacking, as apparently everyone seems to like and say about in chat and whatnot. You know, we
Hey, you know what? Proof's in the pudding.
Someone name changed last night to Omni Stack Dodger, and that about killed me when I drank. You know, like, so I as soon as I saw that, I was just like, okay, this is getting crazy. I'm gonna miss this game.
Oh man, we're all gonna miss it.
Yeah, we are. All right. So my final question: can I have Gasman's prize money?
I don't know. Gasman, if you're watching,
Wow.
I might steal it from you.
All right. Well,
Oh!
Cyrus gave me a yes. I think it's good enough for me. We've got Arrow as well, so yeah, that's definitely.
Well, you blew the kiss to me though yesterday. You blew
That's
the kiss
true.
To me.
That's true.
So,
And you didn't
I have
immediately
to
say yes though.
reciprocate. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I did catch it, but I need to reciprocate, so I might steal his money for you. Yeah.
Deal.
I might take
No.
his chance too. I don't know.
All right, that's fair. No, but okay. So I gotta just give you the floor here. Basically, obviously, you're here in front of a bunch of the Gun Evo players. Is there anything you just want to say to the community or people that you know or anything? Just the floor is yours, basically.
So first off, thank you to my team, absolutely my teammates, who are some of my great friends, especially Cyrus. Like, I've been with him through thick and thin, but all those guys, of course, but Cyrus especially. He's gone through, he's stayed up a lot, he's stayed up late a lot, he's having to be very quiet, trying to calm and whatnot, so same with Listic. Thank you to the entire community for playing this game. I know it's COSing in 3 months, but it is what it is. It happens. Enjoy the game while it's here. We got Camphor coming out. It's gonna be great. I don't know, maybe there's one more tournament left, who knows. I mean, I'll be playing in it if there is. That'd be great. But if not, that's just us. And thank you to all the people that have come to me for advice, just whether it's ranked or Dom Trooper advice or etc. I'm always happy to help anybody that asks, so just thank you again, everybody.
Casino, always a great dude. You got anything else, Crumb, before we close out the interview?
I think everything that I wanted to say is off my chest. And just one last thing. I'll catch y'all in the Mahru 1v1 tournament.
Oh, there is another tournament. Oh god, another explosive character.
Yeah, quite the way to end things out. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen, but you know what? We'll see. But no, again, congratulations, Casino. Thank you so much as usual for coming on, and congratulations. That is just, a gigantic win, a great way to kind of show dominance near the end of the game here. Sure. But you've been great on the interview, so thank you so much. And we're gonna be, I guess, closing this out now. We're gonna be moving back. So and say congratulations to the team as well. Of course, I know most of them are in chat, but you're going to be the one in comms with them.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
No problem.